Since the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr and President Donald Trump are attempting to stifle free speech, according to First Amendment advocates. So, how can the FCC impact free speech going forward? Here's what we know now.
To understand this issue, you kind of have to get into the point of the FCC in the first place. The FCC was established as an independent agency from the federal government. It is intended to help develop kind of the nation's communication network and protect equal access to consumers from like different competing communications technologies and companies. In the 1934 Communications Act that kind of set up this whole framework, Congress explicitly declared that there was nothing in that statute that could be understood to give the commission the power to censor broadcast communications. There's no regulation that can interfere with the right of speech, especially on news broadcasts.
Does the FCC have the authority to revoke licenses in certain circumstances?
So Carr, who ironically Trump actually called a warrior for free speech in his announcement of Carr's nomination in November to the FCC chair, has used in multiple interviews two specific arguments for promoting pushing Kimmel off the air and discussing pulling ABC's license. He gives two specific points, which is the public interest argument and the news distortion argument. Broadcasters are only subject to enforcement if it can be proven that they have deliberately distorted a factual news report. It's very similar to defamation laws, where there needs to be an intent to obfuscate the actual facts and probably cause harm. Following that, the public interest specifically applies to making sure it's serving community interests and has been very strongly barricaded from impeding on the free speech of news organizations. So that's something we've not really seen an FCC chair kind of touch before.
In what circumstance would someone's words not be considered free speech?
It's a very narrow kind of set of categories. It includes like incitement to imminent lawless action, speech that create like true threats, so are like reliable, immediate threats of serious bodily harm. Fighting words, stuff that like immediately threatens to breach the peace, and things like defamation and obscenity, perjury, fraud, stuff like that. These are really very narrow circumstances of the law that speech isn't protected, and a lot of speech faces very rigorous tests to be put into a category that makes it not protected.